Hey guys, so yeah, today we're gonna go look at our buddy Dan McCann's. This isn't Dan, this is Baylor. This is Carolina. Check out their YouTube, The Sleepless Elite, and I think his is James Leander under an alias.
Yeah.
We're gonna go check out our buddy Dan's 1949 Willy's CJ2A, I think.
Yeah. Which belongs to his father-in-law, Russ Chatham, a famous artist from this area.
I did not know that.
Yeah. That's where he got the Jeep, so let's go check that out.
Alright, sounds good. Let's get out of here.
We're heading up to Deep Creek.
Oh, is this it already?
Yeah.
Oh, I remembered more of a hill when we pulled up.
Yeah, that's where we usually park.
Oh, there's the boys.
Alright. There's the Jeep.
There it is. Look at that.
Sweet.
Gorgeous beast.
Keep on going.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, this
Here,
is
let me
cool.
pop
This
the
is-
trunk.
You said you said it used to belong to Russell, right?
Yeah, he had two of them, and so
Yeah.
it's not in bad shape. The battery's dead, but
Go double.
yeah, I put a new oil filter in, which is kind of a weird one. Also put a gas filter and a new gas pump in it.
Oh yeah, I see that.
And so I actually got it running, but I think the problem is grounding wires going into the regulator, the voltage box here. And so this is the generator, and that's the starter back there.
Yeah.
And I'd like to take the generator out and just put in a regular alternator. But I don't know if
There's
you
a
should
guy
do
in Missoula that can convert 6 volts to, so you keep the generator and you can convert it to 12 volt.
it. Yeah, I think I read something about that.
Yeah.
I changed the oil, you know.
Big radiator.
Yeah, and it looks clear too, right?
Yeah, nice.
Here, taste it a minute. You have a straw? Seriously, it's not bad. You can see where the ring has come off the leaf springs up here on one of these.
Yeah.
But I had it running and was cruising pretty good with it for a while, and what happens is it just totally dies. And so I know it has to do with the battery being drained off of something, which is probably a negative ground of some sort, but I don't know, Mike. And this cable actually looks like it's pretty screwed up. And so I tightened it up, and I went down there and ratcheted it a little bit.
Did that just turn over when you pushed that?
Yeah, did you hear it click?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your start.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's no key turn?
There is a key.
Oh,
You
cool.
know, it just has to be on for this to work, right? Yeah, not even. Yeah, it's weird, huh? And if you look underneath there, the way you can see those cables, Mike, the way it was jury-rigged in the first place, I mean, you know, I didn't put those wires in.
Yeah.
And you can see it's such a mess
Oh,
up in
yeah,
there.
yeah. I see.
Hey, Baylor, did you bring that little micro keg, man?
Micro keg.
Yeah, the Heineken?
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm just...
I didn't get the email memo.
Well, no, usually around noon, if I don't get a beer in me, I start to feel uncomfortable.
Thomas has some Pabst Blue Ribbons.
Yeah, well, that's his.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, don't.
Dude.
Pabst Blue Ribbon is
You need
always
Heineken.
But
You need that Euro trash beer.
yeah. No, I've got some Missoula trash over there.
Ooh,
Old
what
World
the-
apple cider.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's that old farmer stuff.
Yeah, you love that.
You're right, I do.
We had the hopped version of that.
It's really good. There's no
Poor
sugar.
farmer, hard cider.
Yeah, it's from Missoula. He doesn't use. It's only Old World apples, so the sugars are different
yeah.
when he brews it. Isn't that good? So what's happening is the battery is firing it up.
Yeah.
Then I get it rolling, and then all of a sudden it just something is draining the battery really fast, and the only thing I can think of is a negative ground somewhere.
So it only runs off battery power?
That's what it seems
Really?
like.
So it sounds like the generator's not producing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too complex of a wiring system. You only got 6 wires coming out through the firewall, you know.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
Yeah, it looked like the wires coming in the back of the heater were disconnected as well.
It may have been that this was originally here, okay, or it was a grounding for down here.
It looks like that was a hot. I mean, it could just be that it's, you know, maybe used it as a ground, but given that it's a red wire.
You think it would be a ground for a red wire?
Oh, if it was a ground, it would have just been going to the body, you know. There's no sense in running a ground all the way through the firewall, but it's right here. It's just capped off.
Yeah, you're pulling the right one, exactly.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere.
And this meter works too, the amperes. Speedometer does not work. Fuel, oil don't work. Oh, well, this is the oil right here.
Okay.
That's the temperature.
Yeah.
And so this stays around 70 the whole time, which I think seems high. It should be in the middle, right? Like around 40 or 50.
It's, yeah, a little high, but that's, again, you know, I don't know if that's as much of a bad thing as it being too low.
And see, this button here was a manual. Dink put in a horn button. That's what that's for. So.
Yeah. No, it's not too hard to do. I mean, that's the beauty of these, though, is they're real simple and they're designed to be worked on in the field, you know.
Yeah, right.
So
that's what I thought too.
I did some troubleshooting and I found that there was no positive wire coming from the battery to the ignition switch, and therefore there was no power coming to the ignition coil, and then thus to the distributor to the spark plugs. So what I did just to test that is this wire was already existing here. It looked like it originally went to the horn. I just went and touched it down there. I did I'm limited on tools and what I have here, so I took that wire and I don't even have a wire cap. This is definitely something to come back and redo with a wire harness, but this at least allowed me to troubleshoot it. So now the ignition is tied into power separately from the starter. So, moment of truth, right? Let's see what happens. Give a little bit of gas and start. Oh yeah. It's running. Oh man, that thing sounds beautiful. Got a good engine in it. So I guess we've got some rewiring to do. We're probably going to pick up a new harness and then run a new harness through this whole thing and get it all rewired correctly. There's been a lot of retrofitting and such, and so we're going to get it looking nice again and make sure it's all functional. But there you have it. The problem was no power to the ignition coil because there was no power at the ignition switch. So that's been corrected and we're good to go.
All right, we're taking this thing for a spin.
Yeah.
Woo! All right. Ow! Great little ride down a deep creek.
This is cool.
This is fun. It's like old times.
Yeah.
You got the bug again, don't you?
I love the old Willys, yeah.
I know.
We'll have to get another one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is freaking great.
Run forever. 1946.
1946.
Did I make it 72? Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the right math.
There it goes.
Is it dying?
Yeah. Damn it. Dang. Come on. Come on, old Bessie.
Oh.
Alright, I'm gonna get my truck though. No?
Okay.
No, it's alright. Dang. She's angry.
Yeah.
Alright. We're supposed to cut this part out. I'll get things must come to an end, right?
What do you need?
All right, have a good one, you guys.
Hey, thank you.
See you, Dan.